Slider?
Not good.
Is that on the slider?
Yeah.
What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Talon. I make new videos every single week. I've got not one but two passenger princesses today.
Woo!
Ashley's here, Alex is in the back, and I have completed the 500-mile break-in on the brand new 74 Weld portals. After the 500 miles, just like if you're re-gearing a diff, you do need to change out the gear oil in all four corners here. So I luckily brought a couple of tools with, and I swung by a auto parts store currently in Moab, and I just changed all four corners in a boiling hot asphalt parking lot. And to be honest, it wasn't too bad. All right, we're gonna be doing this install in the parking lot of an auto parts store here in Moab. I was gonna buy a drain pan, but they said we got some out back, just borrow them, and that's all I really needed. I got the wheels turned full driver right now, and on top of the portal, hard to see because it's dark in there, but there's a little fill bolt. You wanna always make sure, whether it's vehicle oil or even portals, you can remove the fill port before you drain it. Otherwise, if you can't remove that, you're not gonna be able to get oil back in if you empty it all out. So some tools I got, a little drip tray right here. I stole this from the guys at Mountain Yotas. It's a little 500cc, basically like a syringe, so I can put that in the fill tube and actually measure it out from here as well. And then oil of choice. I was gonna try to find some Maxima, but all I could find was this right here. So it's a Mobil 1 synthetic gear lube. SAE 75W90, so this is what 74 Weld calls for. Let's see how this goes. The only tool I should need is a little ratchet, 6 mil on there. Hopefully this works. This probably isn't the best tool to get in here just because it's so freaking tight with the wheel, but they're also not very tight either. So I got that loose. And instead of a crush washer, there's like a tiny little rubber O-ring on there, so you really don't have to put a lot of torque on these when you're putting them back on. Now I need to adjust this guy so I'm not getting this all over my wheels. I think I'm just gonna kind of hold it right like that and drop it into the pan. Here we go. Again, not the best tool for this. Can I do this without getting stuff everywhere? Because I don't have paper towels or shop rags. Oh yeah, break-in oil coming out. Looks like the drain is magnetic. A little bit of crud on there, but not too bad. The oil actually looks pretty dang clean too. Once we're done with this, it should be changed every about 5,000 miles. Looks pretty good and drained. Really should have bought some shop towels. Actually, I'm gonna go into the auto parts store and buy some right now. All right, we're good and drained now. Perks of doing this outside of an auto parts store. We'll throw the plug back in, clean off the portal a little bit. Just got a little drop on my wheel and tire. And now I'm just going to align paint pen mark back to where it was. Really not too tight at all. And I think we are good to go. Now I've never had to use one of these before, but it's definitely gonna make my life a lot easier. 300 right there. Try not to drip it everywhere. In the portal, and hopefully it doesn't leak out. I don't think there's a ton of room in there, so I'm just going really slow, pressing this back in, hoping it doesn't leak out from pushing it too fast. Oh, it's dripping out the syringe. Don't do that. Don't do that. That is 300 right there. Definitely don't want to overfill this, so I'm not exactly sure how accurate that measurement is, but I think we will be good. Should be able to hear it if it's not good. The fill plug, that in the top. It's really awkward to work around this tie rod here. Are you too good for your home? Just go home. Freaking fat fingers, man. There you go. Now to line up the paint mark. Not a lot of space to turn a wrench in here. And that's the front. Gonna repeat the process on the other side, and then we'll move to the rear. All right, moving on to the rear now. This will be about the same. The fill plug is up over here. Drain is in the same spot, so we're just gonna repeat the process over here. Maybe I can go over the top of the tire. Hello. Oh yeah, there's so much room. Thanks to the portals. Actually makes them easier to service too. Really easy to break loose, as long as I don't drop it in this dirty oil here. This one will be a little bit cleaner because the front has the caliper mount, which sits pretty dang close to the drain plug. This one gives me a lot more space back here. These drain so fast because there's like hardly any fluid in it. Looks pretty clean there to me. Little inspection of the magnetic drain plug on here. Gears are breaking in, a little bit of metal shavings obviously going to come off, but I don't think that's anything out of the norm. Throw this guy back in. It is so hot out here, my legs are burning on the asphalt. This syringe I'm using, I'm finding that if I push too fast, it will kind of leak out of the fitting. So if you use something like this, just go kind of slow. A little bit of a mess on that one, but no worries. And tighten that back down. We'll move on to the last one. All right, she's all done. That averaged me about 7 minutes per corner, and that's with filming and never having done it before. Would definitely be easier with the wheels off, but it's nice that you can service them with everything still on. It would be even faster now that I know how to do it. I know which way to get into the wheel well to access all of the plugs, and I think in the future this will take me about 30 minutes. Cost maybe like 40 bucks for all of the oil that goes in there, so not too expensive and pretty easy to do for this kind of advantage right here. Love it. So fast forward to right now, and I've got fresh oil in all four corners, and we are going to slowly stretch the legs of the truck just a little bit more. We're gonna start things off with a similar trail to what I ran in the first testing video when I was breaking in the portals. This is definitely not super technical, but there are a lot of optional lines where you can make things harder if you want to make them harder. So I've got the girls here for filming support.
The girls.
I apologize in advance for
the girls.
whatever the wheeling footage looks like, but
Rude.
The rest of this video is not really in my hands, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. All right, I haven't really shown you guys the truck other than like just doing the portals, but I obviously changed this setup after Overland Expo. Got my HD cover back on here, and I changed up my custom Sherpa rack and made it more custom. So I moved the side panels to the top because obviously no tent right now. I drilled holes through those panels to mount it up like this. I haven't seen anyone running a setup like this, and I think it looks pretty sweet. It allows me to stand on the cover and set stuff on the cover. So I didn't air up from my testing yesterday, so I'm gonna go down just a little bit further. Rather than getting out my like stem puller, I'm just using this little guy. But I'm gonna go down to maybe a little under 20, like 18, 20 all around. And then I will also adjust my suspension probably down to like 1, maybe 0, both high speed and low speed compression. It's a lot easier to get to the adjusters now with the extra height from the portals. So we'll get this dialed in and hit this trail.
looking at?
I was deciding if I'm gonna hit my bumper and hitch or not, and I think I'm going to. But that's fine. Picking hard lines. I just want to make sure that I'm not going to like smash up my front end, but it looks like my tire's touching here. I can probably run it straight up. I think I'm just going to run this line. You can see where people crunch over this. I also don't have skids though yet.
Send it, brother.
How's the middle looking?
Good so far.
If my sliders touch, it'll be okay.
Good. Let's see both slow.
Slider?
Not good.
Is that on the slider?
Yeah. High middle.
Go a little bit to the side.
Easy there, old girl. Steady. Yeah, you got way more room. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Woohoo! Yeah. The people want to know. How was it?
Crazy. That would have been a hard stop for me.
A hard no.
A hard no. We turn it around.
Riggs in the back.
Yeah, dying. Yeah, you would have hit your bumper.
Flashing back to home base, we made it back to our Sprinter vans, and man, this truck performed even better than I thought it was going to. The suspension, the portals, and even the tires really shine today. These Firestone MT2s barely slipped at all, even when we were climbing up some of that really steep stuff. Of course it is slick rock, so there is some good traction, but man, this thing is so impressive now. Did do a little inspection here just to make sure there are no leaks and no crazy damage. Everything in the front looks pretty good. I did tag my sliders twice today, pretty good. This was old damage here, but I don't really think I added anything new. I just kind of bounced down on them, and that is why I run C4 armor. Believe it or not, there were actually a few occasions where I was rubbing, and I mainly think it was coming from the front. That could be fixed with an alignment once I get things back to Mountain Yotas and we get to align it a little bit better and clean things up. Looks like I was rubbing right here pretty dang good. I don't know if you guys can see that little tab of plastic there. And then there was a real big rub spot over here on the passenger side. Notice how this is all like tacoed in right here. It's actually hitting the metal back here, so definitely have to cut that back a little bit more. You can really see the angle right there. So no big deal, just a little bit of trimming and that will be back to normal. Everything else in here looks pretty good. Coming back to the rear, I do have to fix those dumb shock boot holders. You can see those little like zip ties hanging down around the lower shock mount there. I'll probably replace those with like metal ties or something to keep the boots in place, but looks like there are no leaks, really no rubbing or anything. Ooh, this brake line though. This is why you inspect stuff right here. It looks like the brake line was rubbing on the inside of the wheel, and that luckily did not go all the way through, but I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that in the future. I'm just gonna run it, yeah, behind that ABS sensor right there. See that wear mark right there? That could have been no bueno, but won't be the first time I lost brakes while out on a trail. Some of you guys may remember that video. So that's looking all right. Everything else, pretty dang good. Post off-road interview time.
Hey, I really wasn't off-road. I was...
Oh yeah, you were slinging the camera.
Slanging that thing.
I haven't watched any of the footage yet, but
It was great.
she was hustling, so I'm gonna say it was A+. Good job. I think it was
Nailed
good.
it.
What'd you think about filming some of the stuff though, watching the truck?
It was interesting because I could see how difficult some of the things are, but on film it definitely does not translate.
Another thing, TRD Pro, everyone complains about the isodynamic seats and having no room. This is the first time I had passengers off-road, really. What did you think about the back seat?
It was good. I liked it. I definitely had more leg room than I thought that I would, but I'm
you're like
also a
5'5".
girl. I would say I'm 5'5".
So,
And the seat was
I
all
have
the way
little
up.
legs.
yeah, so you were sitting in the front. Alex has never been off-roading quite like that before. No. You were a trooper. We did everything, and then you guys made me do the hard lines too.
Obviously.
We made him. Peer pressure.
You're like, oh, you're not going to go up the big, chunky,
What a
steep
I
part?
can drift, but I can't get up that hill. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
We did all the hard lines.
Yeah, it was
We
awesome.
did.
I death gripped most of that way. It was
Yeah, how your
awesome.
hands?
You found the handles down low?
Yeah, down low. I kept
Grip
reaching
onto
up
them?
top.
Oh, they have down low?
Yeah, there's on both sides.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
good.
Perfect.
So Alex is a little close to the glove box and everything, but we fit, and it
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah.
It did work. It was fun.
Overall
it was a good
experience out of 10?
day. I'll give it a 9.8.
You had to run a lot.
I would
did.
go again. 10.
Yeah, that's what we like to do.
I just give it a 9.8 because it was a lot of work.
Yeah, now you know what I do every day.
She was hiking.
Now I know what he does every day. Should we?
Oh, you
let's
need to
strap
come to
on
the
a camera.
hospital.
Come on,
Yeah,
buddy.
talking
let's
to nurses
go.
here. Nurses. Get a real fake job like
Get a
YouTube.
real fake job.
So that's it for the first like official test of the portals being all dialed in. And there's gonna be a lot more. I have a few things to work on, which I will do either here in town or once I get back to visit the guys at Mountain Yotas. And thanks for coming, Alex.
Thank you for
Thanks for
coming.
having me.
Look at that passenger princess.
That's all. If you guys have any questions on portals, the truck setup, anything you want to see me do, let me know in the comments down below. Give a thumbs up for Ashley's filming today, and if you're new to the channel, consider clicking subscribe and make new videos every week. As always, thanks for watching. Talk to you in the next one.